Okay, we're starting now the 8th chapter in Rabbi Tatz's Sefer on free will. And the title of this chapter is Free Will and Others. And he really gets into a very fascinating, a very deep and penetrating question that behooves us to think about because it has an effect on really everything that we do in life, depending on what the answer is going to be. And the title of this chapter, which is a question, is, does my free will affect you? Can one person's free will affect another? Meaning, when I experience the results of my own choices, I did something, so I'm going to reap the rewards. If I did something positive, I'll have positive rewards. For example, a person, the doctor tells him that you're 25, 30 pounds overweight. It's not good for your blood pressure. It's not good for your cholesterol. It's not good for your heart rate, whatever it might be. So you need to watch what you eat. You need to start exercising more, and you need to get yourself into shape. So I'm not much of an exerciser. I'm not much of a very good eater. And now I have to make a choice. Do I care more about my longevity and my health, or do I care more about how the food tastes and taking it easy all day long? So if I make a good decision now at that point, and I decide that I'm going to begin exercising on a regular basis. I'm going to be particular with the food that I eat. It's going to be healthy. It's going to be low carb. There's not going to be sugar. There's not going to be candies and the like. And the results are that after 6 months, I lost 25 pounds and I'm fit and I'm in the best shape that I've ever been before. So my free will directly impacted my life. I made a decision that had very positive, obvious results on the life that I myself am leading. And so too, there's consequences that a person can receive for the decision that they made. They go to the doctor, and the doctor says, "I'm nervous about your cholesterol, about your stress level, and I'm nervous about your blood pressure. So I need you to go onto this diet, and I need you to take care of yourself so you're going to be healthier." And the guy doesn't listen to his doctor. He makes a choice over here. He has a choice to listen or not to listen. And he decides, you know what, I'm not interested. I'm happy the way that I am. And he continues eating and gorging and not exercising, doing all the things he does. He comes back 6 months later to the doctor. And the doctor says, "What happened to you? Now you're 45 pounds overweight. Your blood pressure is higher. Your heart rate is worse. Your stress level is beyond what it was before. What happened to you?" So the free will that I used in that case, the results are negative consequences. But at least when it's me making a decision, whether the decision is right or it's wrong, I can at least see that I will be deserving of what the consequences, either positive or negative, based on the choice that I made, are going to be. But when I attempt to affect another person in a way that the person does not deserve, a problem now arises. How can one impose an inappropriate consequence on another? If I'm getting judged, mida keneged mida, measure for measure, the way that I am acting is the way that Hashem is going to respond to me, so that's fine. But if I'm doing something that's going to impact the life of somebody else, but that person has not done anything in order for that to happen to them, so then how can my free will have like a shlita, like a rule or an impact over somebody else? Meaning, how can one person cause another to experience what has not been decreed for him? If Hashem did not decree that this person is supposed to get in a car crash, and I decided today to get drunk and get behind the wheel of my car and then start driving wild down the freeway, and I end up crashing into another car, and I totaled the guy's car, but if there was no decree from God on him that his car is supposed to be totaled, so then how could it be that my choices, my bad choices, what right do I have to go and to ruin somebody else's life because of what I'm doing? So does a divine decree concerning an individual mean that no one can affect that person in a way that negates or contradicts the decree? Meaning, if Hashem decreed that this person is supposed to live till 120 years old, is there any way for someone to come along and go around that decree? Or is it that HaKadosh Baruch Hu made it that way and it's supposed to say that way? Can a person on his own volition come and make a decision that's going to impact the other person? If that is so, then it would seem that our free will is severely limited in our interactions with others. Meaning, if I can't really affect somebody else's life because of what I do, so then my free will has limitations just to me. Or is it possible that one person's actions can somehow override a divine decree concerning another person? Let's say that there's a decree in Shemayim in the heavens that a person, in fact, is supposed to get a horrible sickness, God forbid, and that sickness is supposed to go pretty quick, and within days or months, the person has been decreed in the heavens that he's not supposed to be alive anymore. That's a decree, a terrible decree. Well, let's say that all the Jewish people get together and they start davening for this person and begging Hashem that the person is able to live. So are those people able to overturn the decree if they all put their words together and they daven on behalf of that person? So maybe it's possible that the actions of another person are able to override the decree that is there. So he writes like this: there's a dilemma over here. And either one's free will can affect another in a way that negates that person's decree. Meaning, my free will can negate the decree that's on the person in a way that will cause that person to experience even sometimes an inappropriate result. Surely that's problematic proposition, meaning that I could change your destiny basically because of what I decide to do, and it has an impact on you, which means even though it's not in the heavens decreed such a thing, I'll take control of the heavenly decrees and I'll give something else. Well, that means that I'm stronger than Hashem. I can do more than HaKadosh Baruch Hu can decide. If Hashem, nothing happens in this world unless Hashem decrees that it's going to happen. And then because of my actions, I change the plan. So then, am I stronger than God? That's a pretty problematic thing to say over here. Or, one's free will cannot do that. And that is to say that you can never affect another person in such a way that he'll experience anything that would not have happened to him anyway. Meaning that whatever I choose and whatever I do and whatever impact it has on somebody else, it was only allowed to happen to somebody else because Hashem already decreed that's going to happen anyway. Says Rav Tat, says also problematic. Because that would mean that one's free will is impotent when it comes to dealing with others. Meaning, it's just me. I have free will. It deals with me. It has an impact on my life. But what I do with what has the other do with other people, I could never have any impact on another person's life unless Hashem was decreeing that I could have that impact, or that that person was deserving of that thing itself. It just came about through me. So this is the quandary that we're going to leave off on today. And that is exactly where is my free will going to rest or lie in regards to somebody else. Is my free will capable of changing the destiny of that person? Or is the destiny already decreed? And would it not be that Hashem wants that thing to happen to that person? No matter what I do, I would never be able to have any impact on them anyway, were it not for the fact that Hashem said that's what's supposed to happen to them. This is a very big philosophical question, obviously, and Rav Tatz has a fascinating way to see it with a lot for us to discuss and to go into, and we're just getting started over here. So I'll see you, God willing, in person on Wednesday and at 10:30 regular time. All the best, everyone.